Raider Nation, what's up? Welcome to Protect the Shield podcast. Hey, let's talk about Josh Jacobs. What's going on, Raider Nation? What's up? Hey, just real quick, just I wanted to kind of talk to you guys about Josh Jacobs. A lot of questions on the social media platforms, a lot of debating going back and forth regarding Josh. So, as you guys know, yesterday we started the off-season workouts for the Raiders, and Jacobs, of course, is not attending. So, there's a lot of people that's concerned about that. And me personally, um, I'm not too concerned, and I'll tell you why. So, first of all, as you guys know, so he's not happy that we franchise tagged him. So we did, franchise tag him. I think he gets about 10.1 million for this year on the franchise tag. So many of you guys know, at the end of the season, he did make the comment that, he previously would be willing to play on the tag only if we, brought some impact players in this offseason. So by him not signing this franchise tag, it's kind of letting me know what he thinks about kind of the moves that's been made. And I can't disagree. Now, I feel that we did bring in some good depth pieces. We did some good salary cap, financial pieces that are going to help us in the long run. However, I really don't feel that we brought any impact players as of yet. So, from his standpoint, you got to think I'm a star player. If I'm going to give you guys a discount or you guys are going to use, the funds that's supposed to be allocated to me, if you're not going to give them to me, then, I expect you to give them to, some other impact players who can really help us get to the next level or get to where we're trying to go and reach our overall goal holistically, whether it's, Super Bowl, be a contender or whatever. If I'm not seeing that, then of course I want my money. I want the bag. And quite honestly, he deserves a bag. Now, a lot of us that really understand football and understand, the business side of it, we understand that, teams that win Super Bowls do not have the highest paid running back on their team. Usually they don't have the top 10 paid running back on their team. So, just keeping that in mind, you got to understand where the team's coming from. However, I think Josh is one of those guys that, you need to pay. As someone that, manage high performing teams, there's those pillars for success. I feel that, as a leader, you need to set clear expectations. You need to hold your team accountable. And most importantly, you have to reward and incentivize those that go above and beyond. And that's exactly what Josh did. A lot of people doubted him. When McDaniels and them came last year, it's clear they were ready to move on from him. They went ahead and brought in a whole lot of running backs, drafted 2 running backs. They brought in a lot of their Patriots guys, and they played him in the Hall of Fame game. And actually, that's what really pissed him off. Well, I won't say pissed him off, but that's when he knew it was real. That kind of where they stood. So, just keeping that in mind. I mean, we have to incentivize, someone that goes above and beyond, because you want other players to see that. You want Nate Hobbs to see that, like, hey, if I ball out, I'm going to get rewarded. You want, Malcolm Kuntz or, Trayvon Merrick or whoever. You want them to look at that and say, hey, if I do what I got to do and show out on this field, the team's going to take care of me. So I think not paying Josh, it will set the precedence of, you can ball out and you may not get taken care of. Now, granted, he is playing a position where, the value of a running back has has decreased over the years. It's not like it was back in the 90s with the Emmett Smiths and Barry Sanders and things like that. So, I get it. So, missing the whole voluntary workout, to me, I'm not too concerned. For one, he very seldom goes to those workouts anyway, the voluntary workouts. I believe the last few years he hasn't shown up at that. But Josh, he has um a very good workout plan, and it works for his body. He comes in always in shape. So I'm not too worried about that. And plus, I think he has until July to officially sign the franchise tag. So it's really not considered a holdout until after that July date. So, we can relax. But, one of the things that I really have to think about is, Josh, he wants to be a Raider. I mean, that's key. He got the tattoo. He wants to be part of the solution of fixing, the silver and black, getting us back to, where we used to be. We have such a strong history of, being the team of the decades and, beating up on people and just winning games. And, he wants to be part of that. So, you know, we got that in our favor. And then also, I think Mark Davis, he really values star power in Vegas. You know, we did move on from Derek Carr. You know, that has the whole Raider Nation split anyway about that whole move. And then let Darren Waller, we traded him off. Those are two of our big names that's on the team. I, it would really be tough for our fan base to be able to stomach us losing Josh Jacobs, running back in his prime, coming off of a career year. And one thing about Mark Davis, he's not his dad, of course, whether that's good or bad. I know a lot of people have been giving Mark a lot of heat, but, he really made this organization valuable, from a financial standpoint. So you got to applaud him for that. But one thing I like about Mark, he doesn't put his hand in the pot. He lets the football guys do their thing. However, I think this will be one of the moments that if there's a lot of back and forth and the negotiations aren't going as good as we would like them to go, I think he'll step in and say, "Hey, Josh, what do you need?" Because I really can't see him letting a star like that leave Vegas. So I could be wrong, but that's just kind of where I'm at. Um, what I believe is going to happen, I think that after the draft, I feel that the negotiations will proceed. Um, we'll probably see some different moves is going to be made to clear up some cap space, whether it's making some cuts. There's going to be some tough decisions because, where we're at in the cap, for us to give Josh probably what he wants, so we're going to have to clear up some space. So, I wouldn't be surprised, you looking at contracts like Andre James, what are we going to do with him? I think if we cut him, we save 5 million, so, we may not want to cut him, because, being the center, you're kind of the quarterback of the offensive line. So you really don't want to change too much on that offensive line because, Josh did amazing, with that line. And I think that continuity is key, for a line like that. So, I don't expect us to move on from Andre, but, he could probably be a restructure candidate. Colton Miller could be a restructure candidate. I think Bilal Nichols. Possibly we can have some kind of flexibility with Hunter Renfro's contract, to restructure it to clear up some space. So that's kind of what I see for Josh, because I really feel that we're going to make that happen. I just want the fan base just to kind of relax a little bit. I could be wrong because we've made some moves this offseason that's kind of surprised me. So we just have to wait and see. Now, what I would like to see happen, I do want to resign him, but I don't want to give him that Ezekiel Elliott, 6-year deal. Let's give Josh a 3-year deal. give him, you know, if he gives us a hometown discount, the 14-15 million dollar per year range. However, he might want to be the highest paid, so he might want to get up in the 16, 17 around there, which again, I'm okay with, honestly. But I figure if we can get him in the 14, 15, I'm good with that. Considering that, living in Vegas, you're saving money with taxes that you're not got to pay. So, that's one of the benefits of living in and playing in Vegas. So, if we can get a 3-year deal done, 14, 15 million or so, I really think that we can make this happen. But, ultimately just want to know what you guys think. Again, there's a lot of buzz in these rooms. So, I want to kind of, hear what you guys have to say. Definitely leave a note in a comment. Let me know what you think. If you get a chance, please go to my YouTube page and, check me out. I haven't really dropped an official episode yet, so that's coming, in the next couple weeks, but definitely go on there, subscribe, like, and share. And, I definitely want to continue to give you guys good content. But, definitely always remember, guys, protect the shield. One of the reasons that I really wanted to build this brand is, right now we are in a very tough spot as a fan base, the civil war, between us, and we understand, what kind of caused the civil war, but we have to kind of move on from that. I believe that, we have to put the shield first. No player, coach, or organization should become before that shield. So again, thank you guys for tuning in. Like, subscribe, and share. Protect the shield.